Hey everyone, Gil at Camp Pat Family Compound. What I had a bad thing happening when I was doing this, a little bad thing, technologically. The microphone is battery powered, and it was working for about the first 10 seconds and died, the video. And so I didn't find this out till I was in there doing editing, and I lost all the sound for about a half hour's worth of video that was going to take up several videos. I was editing several videos, and so I'm going to have to do voiceover for this. But one of these videos here is going to be for members only for about a week, and then I'll release it to everyone else here. So what I was doing here is these two green pieces of plywood here. I started out with a full sheet of plywood. The plywood is an inch and an eighth thick subfloor tongue and groove plywood, which they do not sell it here in Idaho. They sell it. I get it in California whenever I go back and visit and bring stuff up here, and I bring up a sheet or two with me. Anyways, I'm going to go in now, and I'm going to do voiceover on the other one, showing you everything that happens. I did have my Kindle Fire recording some stuff, but I didn't start at the beginning, so I didn't have all the intro. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth the voiceovers and what I can pull off the Kindle. All right. This is 1 1/8 plywood. They don't sell it here in Idaho, so this is one of the pieces I brought from California. Thickest they sell here in Idaho, 3/4 inch plywood. Not 7/8 plywood, 3/4 inch. And so it's tongue and groove. This is the tongue here on this side here, and I'm going to trim that off, because a little trick I learned reusing this in the haunted house. I'll trim this off, and it'll just fit into the tongue, so when I can glue it back in the tongue and have a solid, strong 4 foot wide. But I'm not going to be using 4 foot wide because of this, but I still want to have that extra piece good and ready to go. So let me grab my my small trim saw to take that off. Okay, let me adjust the height on it so I'm not cutting so deep. So I'll save this to put back on it later. Okay, so I've driven 2 stakes in here, one here, one here. So when I slide the board over, it'll line up as far. I don't want to go way over that and cutting the excess off I don't need to cut. Same thing with the end. So I'm going to want to cut what I actually need to cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and move stuff off that sheet of plywood and move it on over here. There goes my tape measure. How that looks. Okay, now I'm going to take my wide Sharpie, go around and mark up against the bottom so I know where to cut. Got it marked. Now I need to move it back, turn it over, get it set up so I can cut it. Okay, there we go. One circle cut. However, I'm not done with it. All right. So I got it set up over there. Yeah, my shadow's on it. I got to cut a second one to go on. Well, I can't see it, but back up there, the metal building, the gateway coming down next to this tree right over there, next to that tree, there's a another barrel that's for the irrigation ditch, and I got to put a lid on it so none of the grandkids crawl down in there. So I'm just going to mark it. I'm not going to show you me cutting it or anything. I'm just going to mark it and get it ready here. Okay, that one's marked. All right, now I got to climb back down in there and get my tape measure, but I got to do some measuring to figure out where I'm going to put the brackets that's going to hold it in place this winter. Give me a second here. All right, so what I need to do is make sure my measurement here is at 36 1/4 inches. Does that any less? Yeah, 36 1/4. So I got to make sure, find out where 36 1/4 is on this one over here. So I'm at 42 1/2. So 21 1/4 is center. And I go this way here for 21 1/4, 21 1/4. All right. So now, from that point, I need to mark 18 inches out, which is the radius for 36. There. Okay, so now I need to figure something else out here. This here's about 32. There's about 33. This here's about 28. So I need to come back in here to about here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 brackets on here to hold it in place when I drop it, keep it from sliding around when it's sitting in there. Okay, now relocate the cameras and we'll put it on. There we go. All right, so this is just kind of a temporary for this winter. Tomorrow I'm going over to the Sherwin-Williams in Idaho Falls, right next door to the Harbor Freight, and I'm going to get some, what's it called, greenhouse oil-based paint. And I'm going to give this a couple coats so the rain and the snow and stuff doesn't get into it and ruin the board. And so once I get that done, I'm going to paint both sides, get it all painted up, and that'll be there to keep the grandkids out. If it remains decent weather after it's all dried and everything, I may cut it across, let's see here, let me get this here, cut it off across, right across here, screw this portion down, put hinges on it, and that way I can just hinge it to lift it up and everything, and that'll be the final way it's going to be done, whether it's this fall or early next spring. All right, so there you have it. All the editing, the best that I can make do of a bad situation. But before we take off here, I want to let you know, I'm going to put the link up over here to a Gray Man Prepping. At some point here, it'll pop up here in a minute. Gray Man Prepping is getting ready to do its 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That's my prepping channel, emergency preparedness specifically type stuff. And so there's going to be several $100s in giveaway prizes going on over there once it kicks off here. But you also might be interested in a video I'm going to place the link to right here, and then a playlist right down here. And of course, those that aren't subscribed here will be the link to Camp Hatton Family Compound as well. So see you around.